the Labour and Co-operative candidate for Hawick and Denholm in the Borders. I'm a full-time carer for my wife Claire. This makes me one of the 6,500 carers who are unpaid in Scotland. These carers save the Treasury £119 million a year, but are paid only £55 per week in return. Of these 655,000 carers, I am sure each and every one will agree with me that it's done not for money, but for love. We work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and I am personally fed up of the Scottish Government's warm words, no action approach to caring. The offer of respite care is not an option to many in my position. Claire is my wife, and I am bound to worry, no matter how safe she is. Take this conference as an example. I have now been away from her for 2 days, and even though I know she is in perfectly capable hands of my son Andrew, who is currently completing a nursing degree at Aberdeen University, I have already phoned her 30 times. We also have 2 daughters who are labelled as young carers. They are entitled to help from places like the Princess Royal Trust for Carers. They first started receiving support from young carers about 6 years ago. At first they visited a nearby town once a fortnight where they could relax and meet other kids in similar situations. Unfortunately, not long after that, funds were cut, and they only received home visits and the occasional trip. About a year later, funding was cut again, and they received the monthly school visits. Last year, the Scottish Borders Council cut funding too far, and the Princess Royal Trust for Carers lost the young carers, and it was taken over by Action for Children. Action for Children do not specialise in young carers, meaning that my daughters do not get the same level of support that they did previously. They do not offer long-term support, offering it only in 6-week blocks. This has led to many young carers in the Scottish Borders no longer getting the long-term support they deserve, causing unneeded excess stress, particularly to children who are going through their most important years in terms of schooling. The Labour Party must take the lead in supporting carers of all ages at local level. Support must be provided to ensure each child reaches their full potential. The Carers Manifesto last May's election was a huge step forward. Local government candidates must use this as an example while meeting with carers locally to discuss their needs. The Princess Royal Trust for Carers and Carers Scotland will meet delegates, visitors and elected members today in the Hilton Discovery Suite at 12:30. I urge anyone interested to come along and discuss any questions you have regarding carers issues. Conference, thank you for listening.